What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to master the Kyrie Irving spin in just 5 minutes per day. One of the main reasons why I like this move is because you're going to have defenders that overplay and overcommit. And that's a great situation when you can utilize a spin move to get to the backside and attack the basket for either a shot, drive, or pass. Kyrie does a great job at utilizing this move, even though the defense may not overcommit. He plays with the defender and put them at his mercy. So that means he may go this way and come back. He may spin and go all the way. He utilizes his full 360 motion to ensure that he can still get to the basket. So when you're making a spin move, it is key and it's ideal to take your defender to one side or the other. So let's just say I'm going to take them to the right side. And if you have a defender that likes to step over and stop you or get in front of you to make you change directions, this is a great move to utilize. So if I start off taking my man down to the right side and he or she steps in front of me, I have to first plant. And when I say plant, I want to plant with my left foot first, all right? So now I'm attacking, I get here, I notice that they jump in front of me. I need to plant because this is going to allow me to pivot and swivel towards my backside. And when I plant and pivot, I don't want to plant and pivot with a flat foot. I want to move on the balls of my feet. That's going to allow me to spin better and have less friction on the ground to move like a ballerina. So now the first move we're going to get into is a through the leg spin move. Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm attacking the defender. I get here, I go through the legs, and then I spin. The reason why I'm utilizing this move is because they shut off my through the legs move. So initially when I went through the legs, that defense came over, got in front of me. Now I have an opportunity to get into my spin. So now I'm attacking, I go through the legs and spin. As you notice, I need to plant. After I get here, I plant, I swivel, and my next drop step is towards the basket, straight line towards the basket so I can attack, all right? Let's see what that looks like here. So I'm going here, boom, get to the basket. I can pull up for a shot or I can take it all the way. Key thing to remember, you don't want to carry the ball, meaning that once you get into your spin move, you don't want to have it here and carry the ball all the way here to drop it, right? Another thing to keep in mind when you do your spin move, you don't want to get here and then change too early. Now the defender can see the ball and potentially steal it, all right? So you have to time it. One thing you can do is when you make your spin move, you want to make sure that your back is to the basket when you exchange hands, all right? So now I'm attacking, I go through the legs. My back is to the basket now. Now I can change hands and then get into my move or get into my shot or my drive. Another option is when I can go here, I can do a drop dribble. My drop dribble allows me to get into my shot a little bit quicker. It allows me to advance the ball up, create more space, and get away from the defender. Either one is a great option. Just make sure you know which one to utilize in each situation. So I want to say that I want to create space. That defender cut me off. I want to get to my shot. So I'm going to go hard. I'm going to attack with that left hand. I go here, 1, 2, and get into my shot, hold my follow through. This is a great way to spin on a defender that has cut you off from your initial move and get into a pull up off the dribble or attack the basket. So now let's get into some drills that's going to help you master this Kyrie spin. Before you get into anything as far as the move, you have to work on your ball control with your hands, right? So a good drill that you can utilize, you take a line, you can put tape on the floor, or you can find a line anywhere on the basketball court, or you can just put a string there. And we're going to work on getting that ball from one side to the other, right? Our goal is to take the ball off the dribble, take the momentum, and move it over. You can utilize the line or you can focus on getting as wide as your feet, right? I'm gonna try to work on getting as wide as my feet. If you can't do that, then just work on the line for the beginners, all right? Let's start off in and then I'm gonna work my way out. So now I'm going in, I'm just working on getting that line. I'm working on it, my eyes are up. And then after I get comfortable with that, I'm gonna get wider and wider. So now let's go out a little bit wider. So now I'm going over to each foot, working on that ball control and getting that ball over there. It's gonna be impossible for you to execute this drill if you're not smashing the ball. Soft dribbles won't allow you to get the ball over. So smash and take the ball over the line or from foot to foot. So now after you've done the right side, now you want to work on your left side. And you would do the same thing. Start off small, work on your left hand, get close, and then once you get comfortable with that, now you can go wide and work on getting from foot to foot. When you're working on your right hand and you're working on your left hand, you can do 20 repetitions with the right hand, and you can also do 20 repetitions with the left hand. This is a great way to get better at your ball control. So now the next drill to help improve the Kyrie spin is now you're incorporating your ball handling with your footwork, meaning you're working on your pivoting, and we're moving lateral. So now when you're doing this move, you want to make sure that you are parallel to the sidelines. So let's start off slow and so I can show you what this looks like. So we're going to start off with one dribble, and then we're going to spin back. We're going to do a back pivot. We're going to do a back pivot off of that dribble. So dribble, back pivot, and now the ball is in my left hand. Now we're going to do another dribble, and then I'm going to take my left foot and do a back pivot this way, and we're going to continuously get into that action. All right, so let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go slow. So I'm here, back pivot, dribble, here, back pivot, dribble. And when you're doing this drill, 3 things that this is working on is your ball handling, your footwork, and then also your ability to exchange hands at the proper time. You notice when I'm making the move, I'm exchanging once my back is still parallel to the sidelines. And then when I make that move again, same thing, I'm exchanging and making sure the ball's in the other hand by the time that I'm parallel to the sidelines. This is a great drill to work on your spin move and get into your back pivot and working on your ball handling at the same time. So to get better at this drill, you can do 10 repetitions. So 1 repetition will be going down, and then your second repetition will be coming back to the free throw line. If you want to be ambitious, then go for that 20 repetition. You're only going to get better. So now for the next drill, we're going to do a lot of repetitions of the actual move you would make in the game. We're not going to follow all the way through with it. We just want to build muscle memory. All right. So when we first started off, we talked about getting into it through the legs and then getting into our spin move. So all I want you to do is stop after you make the drop step and then come back. And then we're going to continue that. All right. So now I'm here, I go through the legs, drop, and I'm going to come back. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through the legs, drop, and come back. What this is doing, this is getting you used to pivoting, identifying where your foot placement is at. If you notice that your foot placement is only getting here, this may not be enough for you to get to the basket. If you notice that your foot placement is coming here, this may not even be enough to even attack. All right. So work on when you make that move, get that foot placement here. So now you have an opportunity to attack the basket. All right. You can do this on the right side, 10 repetitions, and then you can do this 10 times on the left. Let's get back into it. So when I'm making this move, another thing that I want to work on is the drop dribble. Remember, the last drill that we talked about was the lateral dribble. So now we're incorporating that and getting better at that. All right, each repetition. So now I'm here, drop dribble, and it should be in my left hand right now because I may have the defense trying to recover. I need the ball away from him or her, and then also have my offhand ready to protect. All right. So now I'm here and come back. Get right into it here and come back. Now let's do a couple reps on the left side. Now, after you have done a few of these drills to try it out, become comfortable with it, first couple should be in slow motion just to get used to the footwork, get used to the ball placement, and see where your drop step is ending up. After you become comfortable with that, now you can get into those reps, right? And what you can do is you can do 10 repetitions to the right side. You can also do 10 repetitions to the left side. Don't feel restricted to doing just 10 repetitions on the right side before you get into 10 repetitions on the left side. Feel comfortable with alternating between each side as well. So now let's get into being creative. We're gonna start off with on the move. We have a chair now. Now we're gonna make these moves. First is just a crossover and get into your spin move, all right? Crossover, spin move. You don't have to attack the basket if you want. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Now it's in my left hand. Now I'm attacking, now I'm getting to my crossover, getting into my spin move, and then come back. So now let's say you did 10 repetitions on the right side, You did 10 repetitions on the left side. Now you can get into your next progression. Instead of the crossover, now you can go through the legs and get into that spin, which we talked about. So now you can go here, through the legs, spin, stop. Then you go to that left hand, and then you alternate, you get to the through the legs, spin. Again, you do 10 repetitions on the right side, and then you do 10 repetitions on the left side. Next progression, you can get into behind the back, which is a little bit more complicated, a little bit more complex move, all right? Let's see what that looks like. Starting off with the right hand. So now I get here, behind the back, attack the basket and come back. Then we go start off with our left hand now. Now I'm going behind the back, same way, and then bringing it back. Just like the other drills, you can do 10 repetitions on the right side, and then you can do 10 repetitions on the left side. So now let's get into some moves that's gonna help you improve the Kyrie spin even more. This time we're gonna play with variations of different moves before you get into the spin move. For the first one, we're gonna start off with a crossover. Second one, we're gonna go into a through the legs. And then the third one, we're gonna do behind the back. Either one that you do, you're gonna continuously go back and forth, all right? Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm starting at the top. I want enough runway to make my move. I'm gonna tag just slow speed just to show you what it looks like. My first one is a crossover. I'm still low, I'm at the defender's hip, and then I'm getting into that spin move, drop step towards the basket, and then I'm attacking, getting all the way to the baseline. Now we started off with the right hand. Now we're gonna start off with the left hand and come back. Same way. I'm still down, I'm attacking, slow speed just to show what it looks like. We got left hand, we go cross, and then I'm gonna get into that spin move right after that cross, all right? So now I'm here, drop step towards the basket, and I'm taking that left hand and going all the way, all right? Let's get some live ones up here. Hey, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell button so you can be notified on our next video that we'll release each week. And if you do these drills at least 5 minutes per day, I guarantee you will be able to master the Kyrie Irving spin in a very short period of time.